Adcast is the mother company of the trading system. The CEO of Adcast is the guy who's bringing the trading platform. So basically, Adcast will be spawning off a new company. I know the name. I've been told I can't share the name just yet, and I don't want to betray his trust. Nick Johnson is the CEO. Now, I wanted to address something real quickly. I did not intend to do this with our entire audience. I was just going to do this on an as-needs basis, but I feel compelled that I need to do this. And the reason is, if you were to go to YouTube and you were to put in Adcast, the very first video you're going to see is going to be this video that says Adcast basically is a scam. Now, I need us to understand something that happens a lot in marketing, okay? First off, negative headlines get more attention, get more open rates than positive headlines. Just like negative news, something that's in the news that's negative or considered to be controversial will always, I won't say always, will typically outperform something that's positive. So if something happens that's negative, all right, you'll hear that all the time, and it goes really fast. But then, you know, something that's positive and uplifting typically does not get near the response. All right, so I've had a few of you and some of you that are growing some teams that saw this and you were concerned about this and wanted to get my take. So I watched the video, all right? Here's one thing you need to be mindful of. You have a lot of marketers out there that position themselves as if they are doing, look at what he says, trusted IM reviews, as if they're doing an honest, objective review of whatever. I know of a guy that what he does, anything that's hot, and he knows about SEO, search engine optimization, he'll put together a site, he'll put together a review site, it's like a blog, where it looks like he's reviewing this particular offer, okay? And he talks about the product and the service and you know, whatever he can ascertain from the offer, you know, he'll put it in the blog post. And almost every time the conclusion is that, well, while they say this, it probably isn't going to work because of this. If you want to see what I'm doing, click here. So all his review sites are really designed to get people to join him in whatever his primary offer happens to be. So you've got to always be mindful of that, especially when you see here, there's a link. I wonder why there's a link. Because in the review, he's saying it's a scam. All right, he never really gives any substance. Well, why do you think this is a scam? All right. He says Adcast is a coin and it's a virtual coin. Well, all of these are virtual coins. It's not real. Well, all of this is virtual. There's 754 virtual currencies. None of these are you going to touch physically. Okay. Now he does bring up the fact that Nick is the CEO of a company called, or system called, Click Intensity. And so what he says here is that Nick stole 150,000 or whatever he said here, okay? And so he's saying that Nick Johnson, who is the CEO of Adcast, CEO of Click Intensity, Adcast is a scam because he ran away with Click Intensity. Well, let's see this. Let's put in Click Intensity. Oh, I was hoping I already had it in here, so I wouldn't have to type it. All right. Well, will you look at that? Looks like the site is up. Doesn't look like he ran away. Looks like the site is up, okay? Let's do something else. Let's go over here to Facebook, because the thing that Nick does with Adcast, every email he sends out, he's got his name. He's got addresses of some of the offices that they have. Now, my question is this. If this guy is a crook, why would he put his name on Adcast if he was a crook with click intensity. By the way, let's take a look here in Adcast. Let me scroll all the way down. Whoops. And you see down here it says Adcast powered by click intensity. Now, what do you think a lot of people are going to do? If they see that Adcast is powered by click intensity, all right, they're going to probably want to go and check out click intensity. And so if he robbed people on click intensity, it probably show up, right? Okay. The fact that he's showing that it's powered by click intensity tells me that this guy's not running, not hiding. Now, did click intensity have some problems? Yes. Have I had a conversation, a Facebook conversation with Nick about that? Yes. What has he revealed to me? Well, he's revealed to me that he had some problems with the payment processors, namely Payza and PayPal, and they held up funds. Now, I've been on the admin side. I've been a part owner of a network marketing company from 2006 to 2008. We had a big shindig. Our first big offline event, we had a great wellness product. Our first big offline event, and we had a few merchant account providers there. One of the merchant account providers we had a $100,000 limit. So we could charge per month $100,000 on that particular MasterCard or Visa. There was a gentleman, one of the owners, who took care of that kind of stuff. And so while we were at the offline event, orders were flying through. Quickly, we hit the 100,000, went over by about $5,000. The guy who was over that saw that and said, I got to swap out. I've got to put in the other merchant account, which he did. All right, that was a weekend event. By Thursday, we get a certified letter saying that our merchant account had been shut down. And not only had they shut it down because we went over by $5,000, okay? I feel a kind of way about that. Not only did they shut down our merchant account, they held the $105,000 for 6 months. Now, we had to pay commissions. And thankfully, we pulled from other resources to pay those commissions. But had we not had those other resources to pay those commissions, guess what would have happened? People wouldn't have been paid. And then they would have been saying that I was a scam. Now, hopefully you've come to enough of our webinars. Hopefully you've followed us long enough to have captured our spirit. If you think I'm a scam, then you probably wouldn't be here. All right. This is what happened from what Nick tells me to click intensity. But he said, you know what? We're not stopping. We're going to relaunch click intensity. So here's what I would recommend you do if you had some concerns about that. And I do have a video. I should have had that up. Let me see. Do I have that? Bear with me. I shot a video earlier today. No, I have to grab that. Somebody remind me to get that video before we end the training. Okay, here's what I'd have you to do. How about you go over, if you're concerned about that, go over to Facebook and look up Nick Johnson. This is him right here. Okay, go over to Facebook, look up Nick Johnson, and check this out. All right, this is the video that he just did here, that he just posted less than a day ago, less than 24 hours ago. He's basically talking about the trading system. But notice this. He says he's the CEO of Adcast and Click Intensity. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if the guy wants to screw us, if the guy wants to scam us, why on earth, if he scammed people from Click Intensity, why on earth would he put Click Intensity here? Now, I respect this guy because he's not hiding. I had a couple years ago, very high profile in promoting a company called Zeke Rewards, and they didn't dot all the I's, didn't cross all the T's. Got shut down. There was a receiver that was assigned to them, came and seized $800+ million of Zeke Rewards assets. Because of my high-profile way of promoting, i.e. Live webinars and sending out recorded webinars and YouTube and what have you, there were a couple bloggers who attacked me. All right? Boy, did they attack. Boy, did they attack. Okay? One of the bloggers, I was in the airport, and my wife and I, we were headed to Chile. and someone sent me something that the blogger had said about me. And I mean, it was nasty. It was absolutely nasty. I wrote on his blog, hey, listen, you're talking about me as if you know me. We've never met. I would be more than happy to have a phone conference with you. Better yet, why don't we do a webinar? You come on to my webinar. I'll have folks there. You can have your folks there. We can both record it, and you can ask me whatever it is you want to ask me. 10 minutes later, the blogger deleted my blog post. Well, that's all I needed to know about that particular blogger, okay? Someone sends me about a year ago. So this Zeek Rewards, unfortunately, when they shut things down, because we were very high profile, we actually have been in a lawsuit with the receiver. All right, he wants us to pay back every dime that we made. You know, never mind the fact that we busted our butt for 17 months and we did everything right on our end. It's not our fault that the company shut down. No different than Enron. All right, do you go back and you all the money that was lost because the CEO of Enron did some unscrupulous things? Do you go back and take away everybody's paycheck? You guys might remember Enron. That was way back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Okay, no, you don't do that. So in any event, this blogger has said so many hateful things that are not true. But hey, that's the thing on the internet. You can say anything you want to about anyone. It doesn't have to be true. It could maybe perhaps take on a life of its own. One of the latest things, it's been a while, but one of the latest things that they sent, they said something about that I had stiffed my attorney. I was like, what is he talking about? They mentioned an attorney firm that they said I had a bill for $5,000 and I had refused to pay it. Well, guess what? I don't even know who those attorneys are. I don't know what you're talking about. I never had that attorney. Well, where did they come up with that one from? So my whole point is, negative news travels fast. What a lot of marketers do is they want to get in front of traffic. So a lot of marketers are going to say something about a scam or what have you so that they can get in front of traffic. So this person has had 8,400 people view his site. At the end of the video, he says, go to this site, and he's got the site right here. Hey, here's how I'm making 5 figures or whatever or what have you. He's using this to pitch his deal, okay? If you're concerned about Nick, hey, go over to his Facebook page. This is his personal Facebook page here, all right? You'll see, here's his photos, and here's the guy on the video. Looks like the same guy to me. And you'll see on here that he talked a little bit about Adcast. Here he's talking about the Adcast coin circulation. Down here, he talks about more Adcast. Down here, he's talking about the trading platform that's about to launch. Probably learned something from the click intensity, which is why one of the reasons why everything that's coming into the system, both Adcast and the trading system, will be Bitcoin, so you don't have to deal with those merchant account issues. Okay. Here he's talking about click intensity. Doesn't look like he's run away from that. He's talking about click intensity. Here, he's talking about massive announcement for click intensity family. CI withdrawals are live now. Now, I'm not in click intensity, so I don't know what all this stuff means. All right. What I do know is, doesn't look like he's running from it. It would have been very easy. It would have been very easy for him to put a face on the trading platform, for his name not to even be associated with it, and certainly not to tie his involvement with click intensity. I've got tremendous respect for this dude. I've got tremendous respect because he didn't run. He ran into some issues, but he didn't run. All right? I respect the heck out of that. Okay, so I wanted to make sure that those of